Welcome to my channel, KC. That's me, Carrie Chuck, the Sledge Storyteller, here to talk about the wonderful world of storytelling. In this case, talking about movies readily available in the public domain. In this case, Halloween-themed silent films, more specifically from famed filmmaker George Melies. Up until his movie productions, making movies had gone from using the hand-crank kinetoscope to see short vaudevillian performances viewed by one view at a time, developed by Thomas Edison's research team, to slice-of-life depictions by such inventors as Woodville Latham in the US, Oscar Mester in Germany, and brothers Auguste and Louis Lumière of France, to here, where George Méliès had merged the medium with storytelling. After mastering performing on the stage, he decided he wanted in on the development of filmmaking. In 1895, after the Lumière brothers refused to sell him a camera, he bought an animograph camera from British inventor Robert W. Paul and developed it to his own working movie camera. After much experimentation, he became a key innovator in filmmaking with so many techniques that were astounding by those standards back then, and wouldn't you know, so much of what is being used in filmmaking today. He has the distinction of producing what is widely regarded as the first ever science fiction movie in the 1902 movie Trip to the Moon, and it would surprise me to hear that you've never seen that image before, as well as the first ever horror film, and that's where we will start in our showcase. Now, if IMDb is to be believed, this was the second movie he made, starting out in this first year of 1896. And since we are talking about filmmaking in its infancy, it's only 3.5 minutes long. It's a simple depiction of the devil and his minions haunting all visitors to their domain. And here we get the easily understood principle of substitution splicing. Simple camera pauses before changing what or who are on screen so they magically appear. The story goes that the invention of this technique was a happy accident Méliès experienced as he was on the French roadside filming passing vehicles when the camera suddenly jammed as an omnibus was passing by. He managed to unjam it as a hearse was passing by, so the final product depicted the omnibus magically transforming into the hearse. But this is, a fun, short Halloween spook alley feeling movie, mainly with the simple effect of substitution splicing and all the fun imagery of bats and ghosts. Yeah, lots of deviling in Méliès movies. After magically entering the convent, the devil disguises himself as a priest, ready to address the resident nuns, only to suddenly break his cover and terrorize the convent with his minions, and oft used by Méliès' giant creepy demon face. But more substitution splicing here, as well the addition of animatronics, and a basic haunting and fun story of good versus evil. Okay, this is a really short one, but a man is ready to rest for the night, and the attending chamberman suddenly starts morphing into all kinds of different people. We get another giant meme face in the form of a man on the moon, and the previous troublemakers harass the man before it closes up. More substitution dissolve with effective character interaction, and despite its shortness, it being an average Méliès movie, but it's fun and gives you a great idea of how the movie medium has been evolving with what Méliès has been figuring out. Devil continues in the title as we start with a young lady in what looks like a castle chamber. Enter the devil wreaking havoc by turning into a giant, but thankfully a nun comes by with an olive branch, I'm guessing. But I don't think we'll ever see a Méliès movie without substitution splicing, along with what is called overlapping dissolve, and that's how he enables the image to be enlarged, then shrunk along with imagery in the spirit of Halloween. Now keep in mind, when you're at the turn of the century and early stages of movie making, the public isn't going to call this title boring. But here, love this use of substitution splicing along with practical effects, all makes it work. All this is set in ancient Egypt. A guy and his friend are in front of the famous Sphinx. And you can't help but think that, by a stretch, this was the first mummy movie. This is more mischievous than haunting, but 3 people approach a house to spend the night before it goes sentient, with an image that might have inspired Rankin and Bass. After their entrance, chaos ensues with practical effects and more substitution splicing, and, wouldn't you know it, stop motion. And if you watch this wondering if these people dare eat that food, they do. Bring on the tilting, bring on the ghosts, and you can't help but wonder if this inspired Poltergeist. This is definitely the most ambitious of the bunch, but bring on the pyrotechnics. But of course this is based on the classic German legend Faust. We get to see incredible movement of the scenery pieces. Faust and Mephistopheles are at war before the latter entices the former. Overlapping dissolve is beautifully rendered. And not just being ambitious in showing the effects, but showing some impressive performances all around. And you have to love this ending. I mean, you can't help but wonder how much Broadway Melies watched with this kind of ending. And while these are movies by Melies to get you in the Halloween spirit, there's so much fun to be had with other movies from him, like the aforementioned Trip to the Moon, his adaptation of Cinderella, The Magical Book, An Impossible Voyage, and so many more. They're a lot of fun, and they give you some insight on just where film was developing at this time, late 19th, early 20th century. And once again, thanks to free streaming platforms like YouTube, all his surviving films are readily available for your viewing and educational pleasure, as it's in public domain. But thanks for watching. Agree, disagree, or something I left out, please let me know in the comment section. If you like this video, please click like. If you like this channel, please click subscribe or follow me on Instagram or X, formerly Twitter. The link to order Sledge number 1 and 2 is below in the description, or you can order Sledge number 1 on Kindle. In any case, you can order it in digital or paper format. Still working on Sledge number 3 for it to be a strong ending to a 3-part miniseries. I keep in touch with Tiago as he finishes the few remaining pages. He keeps me enthused whenever we communicate, and I feel that there's something good coming here. But let's all look for civility amid all the bad news out there about social and political strife. Let's not hate, and let's find friends wherever we go. Everyone be safe, and God bless.